Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to show you some interesting things I've been potting around with, custom pipe design that I come up with. MS660. Never seen anybody do it on a 660. 372s. I figured, you know what, let's see what happens. I got something figured out why I think this works. Now I haven't cut any wood, okay? But what I do notice, I had this thing fired up on my 372, and man, I'll tell you what, it was like a steam gen. There's literally smoke coming. It was so hard to keep it running until I adjusted the carburetor, because it was like super rich. Okay, now this works like, from what I can see, the Venturi effect. Okay, now I blowed compressed air into here, so it comes out here. And what actually happens, it actually pulls. It'll actually take my finger and pull it in there. I think that's what you're going for. When you're making these pipes, you want to have like the Venturi effect, so when your exhaust is working, it kind of pulls it as this coming out of here. Okay, does that make sense? Venturi effect. Now this pipe is okay. It doesn't have the torque in the cut. It loses torque versus a regular muffler mod, okay? What I noticed, if I blew air in here, just a wee tiny little bit of suck, so it's not really creating that effect. It's going to be pretty interesting here, I think. This is why I haven't made too many videos. Check this out. That nasty stuff out there, ice and snow, man. Especially when I drive up my camp, they just got 2 feet of snow up there over the weekend, so I definitely don't want to go up there. Gets into a survival type situation up there. Especially when if the lake floods, which it probably did, but oh yeah. So in my spare time, I've been messing around with this stuff. A little bit challenging. This 660 pipe was a lot harder to make because everything had to be a little tighter. The flange was harder to make because the bolt spacing is so close. See the bolt spacing to the outlet? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to see what this stuff does. Now this is the short blowdown cylinder. I'm still going to do. It will be later, hopefully in a month or so. Hopefully the weather clears up. This is the short blowdown cylinder. I want to run this, see what it does. This is about 18, I think, pretty close to 18 degrees, maybe 17 degrees blowdown cylinder. This here, let's see if I get it out of here. This is long blowdown, so I definitely want to do, it'll be on this saw. Run this. Then it'll probably be a week later or so, run this cylinder on there, see what the long blowdown cylinder does. Again, not too crazy, just cleaned up the flashing, just cleaned up the uppers a bit. It's just 31.5 degrees of blowdown, believe it or not. Flattened that exhaust roof a little bit. It's not completely flat. The flatter you keep them ports, the more, or their exhaust port, the more power it's going to have, the top end. So, didn't open the lowers. I'm still learning about that stuff. There's the intake. Good bit of epoxy in there, reshaped. Yep. Yeah, same thing with this. So it will be interesting. So like I said, when you're making these pipes, it's not just piping it. From what I'm learning, see what it does. I really don't know yet what it does in the wood. But yeah, these are supports. Like when you bolt it on the saw, so it bolts, you know, like your standard muffler. Yep. So. Alright guys, next time, hey, keep feeling the heat. You know why I say that, don't you? 'Cause I like to eat hot peppers. Interesting story about that sometime, but All right, guys,